Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and I am back with another video. We are talking about Trevino, Smiley, and Jefa again. This situation has escalated since my last video, and it is now worse than ever, honestly, and I never thought that I would get in a video and have to defend Trevino, but somehow here we are. She's still wrong, but we're going to get into it. But before we jump into that, this is not a sponsored video. I did want to show you guys this new steam mop that I have that I've been using around the house on the days that I have not been posting videos, and you guys know when I find a good gadget, I like to share it with you guys, so check this out. Let me show you how I clean my disgusting grout without getting down on my hands and knees. And before anybody tries it with me, we rent this place, and this is a very high traffic area, and it has been a minute since I've had time to mop my floors and clean this grout. The steam mop that I'm using is the Shinley steam mop. It has multiple attachments, and you don't have to worry about replacements because they've got you covered, unlike some of those other brands. This thing has 3 different settings, and when I tell you it gets hot, it gets very hot, and you know steam kills bacteria. I give this thing a 10 out of 10 because unlike other brands, it does have a very big water reservoir, and I'm not having to run back to the sink to fill this thing up. It's spring cleaning time. You guys go check it out. I've linked it down below. Now, I did get a few hateful comments when I posted this video because people said that the grout was still black. Newsflash, what does gray grout look like when it's wet? Yeah, that's what I thought. But I just thought I would share that with you guys. But now I guess we should talk about Miss Trevino. So to catch you up to speed, if you don't know what's going on with Trevino, over the past couple of days, her account with 1.1 million followers got banned because she was sending money and gifts back and forth to a sub account that she had made. And ultimately, TikTok pulled the plug on that shit. They said, girl, you are not doing this. It's against our terms of service. You gotta go. Well, she ended up having like 2 other accounts that she was using that got banned, and then she made another account with another phone, and people are speculating that she's using a VPN to bypass the IP ban that's allegedly in place for her and her account. And if you don't know what that is, basically it's when TikTok says, hey, we've had enough of your shit, you can't have an account again ever. And honestly, I think it's to the point where that needs to happen, and they need to enforce it to the fullest extent because this girl is addicted. She's got a real problem with attention, and she has way too much confidence.
Oh, no. I got a Coke body figure.
Oh, you built like a bottle, all right, but it's not Coke. I want to know where all this confidence came from because, girl. Now, there was a whole bunch of live streams with Trevino and Heartbreaky, and I hadn't even got into her. If you guys want more on her, I'll make another video. And in these live streams, people made it very clear that they were not giving either of these broads any more money. And supposedly, Trevino's been off TikTok for a while now, hiding out at her parents' house. Now, before we get into what we're going to talk about, I want to say under no circumstances is it ever okay to take an online beef into real life and pull up at somebody's house. Really bad things can happen when people go way too far and cross that boundary. And I'm just gonna say it, even Trevino should not have her privacy or her family's privacy invaded this way. And it's very clear that Smiley is looking for a problem. And I want to say before we get into this, she's so upset that Trevino talked about her mother. I once heard from somebody that's very smart, way smarter than me, that the people that anger you control you. I want to remind everybody that everyone in this entire situation that we're talking about, Trevino, Jefa, Smiley, they're all fully grown people. They know how life works. They know that this internet beef is stupid. And I just want to say there's a part of me that thinks that this may all be contrived for views, money, and clicks, which wouldn't be surprising because that's what all this is to these people anyway. If you are in the comments of any of these videos that are posted over on TikTok condoning this type of behavior, saying that Smiley should pull up, that is not only putting Smiley in danger, the man that is with her in danger, Trevino and her family in danger, her daughters. This is not smart behavior, and it's not something that should ever be condoned. So shame on you if you're gassing any of these people up in the comments, especially you, Jefa. We're going to get to you in a minute. But now let's react to what Smiley did and all this bullshit that she posted to TikTok for the world to see.
Y'all, we in Texas, and that person is nowhere to be found. If y'all know where to find this person, if y'all know her whereabouts, I got some money for y'all, but I need the actual locations, y'all. Bro, this is crazy. You had all that mouth. You said so much. And we here. Where you at?
I could not imagine stalking someone and then uploading it to the internet. You realize, Smiley, that this is evidence. This could be used against you in a court of law. Usually when people break the law, they don't get on the internet and broadcast it to hundreds and thousands of people, especially when you're beefing with one of the most hated people on the internet right now. I don't think you fully thought this out and how this could turn out for you and everybody involved.
Too much shit going on in the stores.
It's still open. They get back a motherfucker. They get back a motherfucker. They get back a motherfucker.
Now, we all know the message that she's trying to send here, and I just want Smiley to know that this could be taken as intimidation, and honestly, that's really not a charge I think you want. And again, I think if I were to do these types of shenanigans, I wouldn't broadcast it to the world where people can download the videos that you post and they can screen record the things that you say. I feel like at 37 years old, I've learned a lot of things, and the one major thing that has caused me a lot of grief is my mouth. And I've learned that when I just shut my mouth and allow things to happen and react to the things that happen, things turn out better for me. If you run in and look for a problem like Smiley and you get all huffy and puffy and you want to show how big and bad you are, I don't think there's really any question that if Smiley wanted to whoop Ash Trevino's tail, that she could do that. And if that's something she wants to do, we live in the age where you can literally box people for money. You can make a whole bag and beat her ass at the same time. Why are you out here trying to catch a charge for stalking, harassment, and all these different things when you could literally get money together, crowdfund an event, and literally pulverize her ass and get paid for it? And she's compensated and you're compensated, and you can both sign contracts where there's no legal issues that can come from it. But you're wanting to pull up at her house and put yourself, her daughters, her, and anybody that's in this whole situation in danger because you want to show your ass on the internet because you're a baddie. You should never be pulling up to somebody's house. You should never do that because that is a bad situation. That is literally a ticking time bomb because there's literally no way to tell how that situation will end. But now I guess we should talk about Jefa a little bit. Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about this whole situation, and they always seem to leave out how conniving Jefa is by sending Ash's daughter cell phones and shit. That right there is straight up grooming behavior. These are children and you are trying to manipulate them with things, and you're overstepping a boundary with another parent. I want you to think for a second, Jefa. If Ash were to send any of your kids something, how would that make you feel? Right? I mean, it has to go both ways. It cannot be a one-way thing. I've seen a lot of people not call out Jefa, but she's right there in the thick of it with everybody. And I believe that she's also friends with this heartbreaky person, again, that's always live with Ash Trevino. And like I said previously in this video, I feel like a lot of this is contrived because how are none of these people calling the police? Because if somebody pulled up at my house, I'm not going to try to act hard with you. I'm just calling the police and your ass is going to jail. You're getting fucking trespassed and you're going to jail. Period, point blank, end of story. But here is Jefa, and we're going to get into this live stream where she was basically saying Smiley's not done. Jefa, you are so fucking stupid. Do you not realize that this can be used against you? And I don't want to even get into the whole thing about how you're saying that you're going to pay an attorney to take down Ash Trevino, because baby, you don't have any kind of fucking idea how any of this shit works when it comes to free speech and freedom of speech, and how you cannot limit that. Even an attorney, you cannot just go pay somebody to take somebody off the internet because you don't fucking like them. That's not how any of this fucking works. And listen, it sounds like I'm capping really hard for Ash Trevino in this video, and I'm not. You guys know how I feel about her and the sentiment that I have toward her. She is a terrible, piss poor mother, and it's her fault that her kids are even in this position to begin with. If she didn't get her ass on the internet and beg for galaxies and stuff and start all this beef with all these people, none of this shit would be happening now. So she is the root cause of her own fucking problem. Y'all know that. So I'm not capping for Ash in any way. I want y'all to know she's 100% wrong too. But now let's get into what Jefa was saying and how stupid she looked on this fucking live stream, y'all.
She took them some Chick-fil-A. Cool. Beautiful deed of Smiley. She took her parents some Chick-fil-A. That was really thoughtful of her. Do you think that was very thoughtful? On the note, she said, Ash, I came to see you, but you weren't here. Love, Smiley. Okay?
Like, you have to realize that you're literally condoning somebody stalking someone. You're condoning somebody trying to actively inflict violence upon someone. That is not okay. I don't care how you fucking feel about her, what you say on your live streams. You guys can go back and forth vocally all you want to, but the moment that it crosses into a real life situation where you're agreeing with somebody to pull up and physically harm her, That's not okay, because like I've said numerous times in this video, that not only puts Ashley in harm's way, that puts Smiley in harm's way, that puts whoever's with her, Ash's daughters, her parents, because her parents' house has been plastered all over the internet. I was going to react to it, but there was just way too fucking much for me to have to blur out. Smiley has went way too fucking far with this, and Jefa, for you to get on here and condone this type of shit, you're just as bad as Ash. I don't want to hear shit from you. You do not reside on the moral high ground here, so you need to stop fucking acting like you do.
Somebody just went and asked the neighbor for the beds that I delivered to the daughters. And the neighbor said Ashley got a truck. Somebody came with a truck, Ashley's friend, loaded the beds and took them. She said they saw Ashley put them in a small white pickup truck. And that's probably her dad. So
now Jefa has been on and on and on and on and on about these beds, and I do believe that she probably did buy these beds, and maybe Ash Trevino probably did do something with them, because she's just that type of bitch. And if you've seen the footage that Smiley posted of Ash Trevino's parents' house, you would see that there's a white truck there. I'm going to assume that it's her dad's. So I don't know who to believe in this situation. Is Ash lying or Smiley and Jefa lying? Because Smiley's right there. She knows all the business that's going on at Ash Trevino's parents' house. She knows that there's a white truck there, so that's very convenient. And that isn't me trying to defend Ashley in any way, shape, or form. That's me being objective looking at this situation, because like I said, this situation is fucking contrived one way or the other. But apparently somehow, even at rock bottom, Ash Trevino did get service on her Cricket phone to upload a video addressing this situation, so let's react to that now.
I still live at my apartment. I still have my place. I pay rent there. My bills are actually due this week. I'm paying my bills there. So I don't know where y'all are getting this information that I moved beds out. Jefa never sent my kids beds. She never sent my kids beds. I'm literally still living my life the way I used to. Like, I'm not doing anything different. Other than that, I mean, I just want y'all to know that Jefa is not who y'all think she is. Carla Figueroa is not who y'all think she is. She's literally a fraud.
It's very ironic. I think this is the right message, because I don't think Jefa is who she says she is, but it's definitely the wrong messenger, because Ash, you're worse than her, honey. You need to acknowledge that. You need a little bit of situational awareness about you, honey.
She's literally a con. She's literally a fake person, a fake Christian, a fake mom. She's not who y'all think she is, you guys. Like, she's not. And I actually called the New Jersey Police Department today. And yeah, charges are filed. Charges will be filed. I know everything about her. I know her.
I love how she has that little shit-eating, gleeful smile right there, because she finally has something on Jefa, because Jefa did do something very fucking stupid. But it's the fact that she thinks that this makes her superior to Jefa, like she's got one up on her. Girl, you had to broadcast your whole self to the internet and show your ass to get to this point. You put yourself here ultimately. This is a result of what you decided to do and upload to the internet. You need to acknowledge that. You need to acknowledge that, girl. You definitely need to work on you up here. You definitely do, because like I've said in the previous video about you, your elevator doesn't go all the way to the top floor. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer. You're not what you think you are either.
Address. I know her phone number, everything. I'm not playing anymore. She exploited my children. When she gave Smiley my kids' numbers, she exploited them. So, you know, I'm a mom. My children come first. Yeah, she's literally the devil. And everything that she's doing.
She really does kill me with that her children come first shit, because if you followed this, you absolutely know that that's not true. What Ash Trevino wants comes first. Okay, if that weren't the case, her kids would have had beds before she did, and her ass would have slept in the floor. She didn't do that. She bought YSL bags and Louis Vuitton chocolates, okay? Do not ever, ever get on this internet again, Ashley, and say that your girls are your world, or that you love your kids more than any other parent, because in my opinion, you don't.
It's going to come back to her. And I pray for her family, because they are the ones who are going to need the prayers. She doesn't need the prayers. They do. And so, with that being said, you guys, I will be at the court hearing for Natasha. I will be there, and I'm a key witness to everything. Bring a Bible to me, and I will swear on that thing. Everything that I seen her do, she was asking.
Girl, your word don't hold any weight, even if you put your hand on a Bible and say it.
Evie, why are you commenting? She was asking for those nudes from Figo. I was there. She literally asked Figo to send her those nudes. Really something you don't do. So if y'all are not unfollowing her already, y'all need to go unfollow her.
Honestly, this is a whole pot meat kettle situation. You have this person yapping about how bad that person is. You have that person yapping about how bad that person is. And what it all boils down to is none of these people need to be on the internet. And if they are going to be on the internet, none of them need to be talking to one another because they all cause problems. Jefa's her own problem, Ash is her own problem, and Smiley is her own problem. And if they don't stop this, they're going to have an even bigger problem. This has crossed the line past entertainment to where it seems like somebody could get hurt and it needs to stop. It should have never gotten to this point. So for Jefa and Smiley to continue to engage this way they do with Ash, I hope that they all get charges. I hope Ash gets charges. I hope that she's fully investigated by DSS or whoever does it in her area, because it's very well documented what kind of mother she is. It's very well documented what kind of person she is. And if you're watching this and you continue to support her through this, if you are a true fan of Ash Trevino and you're her ride or die, you're not only enabling her being a shit mother, you're allowing her to broadcast all of this to thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, which could haunt her kids for years to come. And that's what I think about this entire situation. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it. And if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. And if you made it this far in the video, leave me the trash can emoji down below because this situation is garbage. I hope you all have an amazing day and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.